of an artillery concentration by these guns as a tribute to mighty gunners and the thunder of the guns.
Hello everyone, welcome back to IF News channel and thank you for your support. Keep supporting us. Let us grow even further. So today we have very important topic which is a shocking one. But it's not an unexpected. We all expected this. China using scholars, businessmen, journalists for spying in India. I know you got all the list in your mind, but let's see what is the issue here. Why is this a big issue we must concentrate on? Indian spies had warned top decision makers about growing Chinese footprint in India, an emerging threat at the borders, according to a new book by investigative journalist Yatish Yadav. So, the book reveals the Chinese military is using academics, scholars, businessmen, professionals, and even journalists to mount intelligence operation in India. Warnings came after the 73-day-long Doklam standoff between India and China in 2017, and also dwelled on the border issues, China's sinister plan, expansionist policies, and the efforts to protect India's sovereignty from the incident like the recent bloody clash between troops of our both countries at Galwan Valley on June 15th. The book Raw A History of India's Covert Operations, published by Westland Publications and released earlier this month, provides an inside look at India's external spy agencies' missions of hunting adversaries and neutralizing threats to national security. The vivid account on China reveals that the top some powerful people in some powerful corridors were informed in a January 2018 meeting that India needs to brace for aggressive operations from China, especially in the light of China's geopolitical ambitions to become the prominent power in Asia and global power as well. China basically aims and has this ambition of becoming a global power, superpower, at least by 2050. And these are all the things we can see right now. The border issues with India and rest of the other countries all around China, they have some sort of issue, the boundaries issue, and these countries are not happy at all. So, citing this exclusive access, the book claims there are several continuous process from the Chinese agencies to keep the Indian spies for the whole purpose of just to gather this intelligence from within our country. This presentation Yadav wrote focused on the unresolved issue of the Indo-China border area, lack of progress in clarifying the line of actual control (LAC), China's concern about the presence of Dalai Lama in India, and India's concerns regarding a post-Dalai Lama scenario. The spies were of the view that all these issues remains a headache for Indian decision makers. The spies present in the meeting were also worried about China's support to certain Northeast groups, increased Chinese interest in the Indian Ocean region, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor (CPEC) that passes through Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, which is the plan to encircle India. This is what uh, we can get this sense of what the author is trying to say, and he also says that China's influence in India's neighborhood, especially in Nepal, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and the Maldives, are particularly made to surround India from all the sides. In the book, Yadav describes an undeniable fact that China is the most active nation in the world with regard to cyber espionage, with formidable capabilities amid at the economic sabotage. So, the book alleges two other modus operandi adopted by Chinese, which are exploiting the businessmen and also the cultural exchange to harvest intelligence in India. This is a dangerous thing, guys, because China now can create the cultural exchange program through the government to government uh, deal and try to get as much as intelligence from India by creating spies out of someone within the society, someone with the power, or someone like a journalist who can gather a lot of information within India. Today, guys, Indian journalists can even report about Kargil war just as it is. Even the Pakistanis can watch their reports and get the information where are the Indian positions were. You're right. So Chinese are targeting these kind of people who can gather a lot of information about India, and these will be used against our country. So the author says in the book that in fact the government's top decision makers were given a list of institutes that are suspected used by China to gather intelligence in India. A classified note was also given to top officials about the Chinese involvement in about a Chinese institute planning to open branches in Tamil Nadu and West Bengal. I mean, you should. This is very alarming, guys. We all know that what is happening in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is totally going towards some kind of separatism, backed by the political parties. Same as goes in West Bengal. So China also exploits the legitimate cover of business in sectors like telecom, engineering, and manufacturing. A seasoned spy quoted in the book said China is replicating the espionage method of using soft power under the cover of legitimate activities, which had earlier been patented by the US and Russians. The Chinese are using academics, scholars, businessmen, professionals, and even journalists. As we all see, this is what the books, this book focus upon. And I should tell you guys, you should go ahead and get one for yourself and read it. This is very very intriguing information which is not available in the public domain so far. We all know that something is wrong with some section of the media, but now this is yeah, an ultimate truth which points towards that we are not wrong. Okay, so this is a very good book. We must all read at least once and know about what is happening within our country, so uh, we don't have to retweet all the nonsense these kind of influenced people can tweet on Twitter and other social media platforms. Yadav wrote that counterintelligence team in recent years has noticed that Chinese firms have engaged as the lowest bidder in many infrastructure projects in India. I mean, this is very, 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 very factual, right? With the active support of Chinese government, such Chinese footprints are increasingly being noticed in states like Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, and Haryana. They are also targeting strategic locations. For example, a Chinese business delegation went to Beetle Island in Goa, which is near INS Kadamba. Okay, this is our major station, but Chinese are very much interested in doing business there, right under our Indian Navy's nose. Espionage threats are also emanating from non-Chinese firms which employs Chinese persons, as happened with the Damara Port Company in Odisha, which is strategically located near Dr. Abdul Kalam Island, earlierly known as Wheeler's Island, which is and obviously the missile testing facility of India. So these are very intriguing information coming out of this book. The book also claims since the meeting, the government has uh, begun this process of expanding their angle, looking at these kind of espionage activities from the political, business, and professional fraternities to find out who are these people and how to identify them basically. So for Indian spy masters countering China, which has forged a deep nexus with Pakistan, is a formidable task. It is obvious that countries must spy on each other to remain a step ahead. China has mastered that art. So, Indian spy agency believes China is terrified by India's growing clout in Asia and also willing to engineer clumsy provocations. Yadav wrote that the Chinese expansionist policy now ensures that India will be riddled with more spies, and one warning which will be acted upon in the coming years, which is increasing surveillance on Chinese firms and individuals as method of espionage and means of penetration of stealing secrets and engineer subverse will be more refined in the coming years. So espionage is ruthless world. While spies may die, the craft lives on. So that's the common thread in in the chapters that offers an intense narrative of world of intelligence. So this book is really an amazing read. Kindly get one of the copy and read it for yourself. This will expose complete engagement of Chinese and the some section of the media. I won't call it all the section of media, but we all know even some people are claiming Chinese have taken over whole of Ladakh region, etc., during this process of disengagement or the standoff between India and China at the line of actual control. So hope this video has given you some sort of information on this topic, and kindly subscribe to IFP News. So we are back again, and we will come back even stronger with another important update regarding India and our national security. Jai Hind. Yes, and yes, hello. Kindly subscribe to our channel so we can grow even further and make our IFE News community much bigger and much more effective defense against any threats from our enemies. Thank you.